Okay, let's talk your house and how you can make the absolute most of every space that's in it, and begin by looking down at your floor, especially if you have a basement right now that you're not really using the way you could. Brian Brock would love to get that phone call from you. He has OrangeRhino, and he is helping people transform their garage floors, their basement floors, anything that is concrete, right? On
Absolutely.
a regular basis. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
I love the way you wanted to begin this thing, because the fact of the matter is, often when Brian's here, we are talking those garage redos that you can create.
Yeah.
You're booked through the holiday season.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's been really popular. So we've been very blessed to have a lot of people sign up to do their garage floors, and yeah, we're about 6 to 8 weeks out right now on installations, so that's got us right up to the holidays.
But you were booked with us to come back, so you thought your gift to everybody would be kind of that New Year's resolution of when the holidays are over, the house seems kind of dreary, what can you do to still make it look its best? So you see a lot of basements not always achieving their potential.
That's right. The basement is, a large space in the home for many homes. Here in the scenic city where we have so many mountains and hills, a lot of homes have basements. And so, if you're thinking about utilizing that space and better repurposing it for your home, you can make it more of an extension of your home and not just that dreary, scary space,
right?
Down beneath the steps. And so, we've had some people create home gyms with their basement. We've had some people create more living space or like a game room. And, as the holidays come and these people pile into your home and cram in, you're going to be thinking, I wish that basement was more functional.
Right.
And so what you can do is call us and we can get the floor ready so that you can do the other things and get it ready by the time the next holidays roll around.
Okay, so you're not saying though that they can call you today and have this done before?
No.
Okay.
No,
okay.
but you know what? You got to start sometime.
Right. Okay, so like we used to have a house in the Belvoir area of Chattanooga, and our laundry room, if you wanted to even call it that, was the basement. A washer and dryer was downstairs, and it was kind of that creepy space. And our older daughter was little at the time, and she thought it was very sometimes scary and sometimes adventurous to go down there. A lot of houses have that though. Laundry is downstairs.
Yes.
You can put those, they're beautiful floors that you do, and that way you're not having to put in a new surface, you're just using what people already have.
Yeah, exactly. So if you think about, your basement space and you think about the concrete floor, you've got some options. One is you can install like a hardwood floor over top of that concrete. The other option is you could maybe have somebody come in and put tile over that concrete. Or the other option is you can just address the concrete itself, and that's what we can do. So, if you look at the hardwood floor option, our product is going to be more durable. You're not going to have the grooves, so it's going to be easier to clean. It's also going to be a lot lower maintenance. You're not going to ever have to go back and re-sand it, resurface it, or do anything with it. If you look at tile, tile's a good option, but you got to deal with grout. You've got multiple days of installation. Tile is a porous surface, and so it can stain, and it's not as easy to clean. With our surface, it's non-porous, it doesn't mold or mildew, it's antimicrobial, it's easy to clean, and it looks great. So when you're talking about a space like your basement, it's going to be a game room, a home gym, it's got your washer and dryer set, those kind of things there. Well, you know what? We can just coat the concrete, make it completely non-porous and make it easy to clean, and all you have to do to clean is take a Swiffer or mop down there and clean it like the rest of the floors in your house.
So, it's really pretty, the examples that you were sharing with us this morning on the air, and people can kind of tailor it the way they want, but the formula, if you will, is the same. People can choose their color scheme, but the basic way you do it is the same. So walk us through that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing we do is, the very first thing we do is we check the concrete. We make sure that we can apply our coating. So we check moisture content of the concrete. We do a quick test to see how hard the concrete is to know what tooling to use for the prep work. So then when we come in to do the work, we do preparation. So we bring in a grinder, we actually abrade the concrete. That does a couple things. One, it opens up the pores of the concrete to take our coating. The other thing that it does is it removes any contaminants. So any stains, any spills, anything on that floor comes up through the grinding process.
What if there is moisture? What do? You just can't do the job?
It depends. So all concrete has some moisture because it's a water-based product. And what we're really looking is to see if it exceeds a certain level. If it exceeds a certain level, then you have to consider a barrier of some sort. And that may mean that you need exterior excavation. It may mean that you need a better gutter system. It may mean that that concrete may need extra treatment. But those are things that we can advise somebody on before, you get a hardwood guy to come in there and you put hardwood down and you've got a moisture issue.
Right.
That could be a problem, but with ours, we test the moisture content, so if there's a problem, we can inform you right on the front end.
You also spoke to me like a true homeowner, as well as the guy who's in people's homes all the time, because so much of a project is the data you collect, the knowledge you have, and then the planning that goes into it. So your point about letting you come out in January, maybe, go ahead and set the appointment, to begin learning what you're going to need to do to complete the project, that's key.
Yeah, the awesome thing is if someone called us today or this week, we could be out there to do the assessment and the evaluation within a couple of days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if somebody's like, hey, look, I really want to get this basement done, you know what, by the time spring rolls around, they could have this project done.
Right. Right.
And they could do it before we have our big garage rush coming in March. So now's a great time to have us come out and take a look at that basement space.
And I will say this, maybe you don't have a basement at your house, but you would still have something concrete and you're interested in this. It's not just the aesthetics of it, there's also a functionality to it, because when you put that coating down, the concrete becomes a lot less slippery, right?
It does. There is some texture to it. So going back to our process, so after we prep the surface, we put down a base coat, and then we broadcast the flake system. The flakes serve a couple purposes. Number one is the aesthetics. It gives it the color, it gives it the dimension. It also hides any of the flaws in the concrete. Let's face it, concrete can be a little unsightly, and it helps kind of cover those flaws and make it pretty. Then in addition to that, it does add some texture to the floor, and if somebody really, really wants additional texture, and when we do outdoor projects, we always add this, but we have a product that's a synthetic sand. And it actually gives the concrete more grip so that it does become less slippery. And then we finish the job with a top coat that is non-porous. And what that does is it makes it a lot easier to clean, nothing seeps in and stains. And it also makes it to where it's antimicrobial. So if you use it as a home gym or a space like that, you don't have to worry about mold and mildew or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay, here's where you find him. It's Brian Brock with OrangeRhino. I'm sure you've seen all their ads here on Local 3. GoOrangeRhino.com is the website. If you want to give him a call, 654-7715. He says he can be out to your house in the next couple of days. So by early week, you will have him knocking on your door to get your project started. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.